cash flow forecasting, because that's something else that we've talked a lot about here. And I think a lot of what surprised me and perhaps surprised you is the number of smaller businesses that have either no cash flow forecast at all, or have a very limited
back of
cash
fag
flow
packet type.
back of fag packet. That's right.
Yeah.
So is there, when we think about cash flow forecasting, is that something that you think is important? How can businesses do it better? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, to some extent, not to do myself out of a job, but some businesses, you know, the owner to begin with, they can mentally they roughly know what their ins and outs each month are. But, you know, if you're going to a financer for a loan, they can't extract that from your head. You still need to be able to prove to them that you do know what you're talking about. Yeah. So I think it is important to get into the habit of being able to document everything, and like I say, we can support with that, can't, you know, and to help grow the business if you are wanting to sort of aim to be somewhere. Again, Steve's analogy of you don't get in a car without knowing where you're wanting to drive is a really one that's really stuck with me, from a point of view of actually, if you don't know where your business wants to go, how can you get there? How can
you make decent decisions? Basically, isn't it? How can you make the right decisions if you don't know? What your numbers look like, or what your plans are, what your liabilities are in the future. I think for me, having looked into cash flow forecasting a bit since I've been working here, that's the key thing for me, is thinking about, you know, if you're a business, you need to put contingencies in place for different scenarios. How can you do that if you haven't sort of planned it out or scoped it out and seen what's coming up?